So we will just get started in a bit. I want to see where you guys are tuning in from. I'm from Chester Springs, Pennsylvania. Cold, cold Pennsylvania. We just had Chester. Okay. Where are you guys from? Just want to know where you guys are tuning in from. We know Vineet is from New Jersey. You must have got the same sprinkling of snow as much as we got. And okay, so where are you guys from? Oh, Chicago. I'm so sorry. Oh, too cold, NJ. Oh, Florida. Simone, I want to come to Florida. It's going to be like pretty warm out there. Texas, of course, Texas is warm. Michigan. Whoa. Yeah, my son got into University of Michigan. He's a senior. We haven't decided where he has to go. He got a lot of at California. Ooh, love to be there. Right? Okay, so New York, let's get started. I'm just going to show you the exact blueprint that you need to follow to get into the BSMD program. Please, you don't need to take any notes. Everything is recorded. You will find it on our YouTube channel. And I want to tell you that I've been doing this for over 6 years. I'm a college counselor from UC Berkeley. I have a wonderful team of over 25 people who support me, who challenge me, who question me, who help my students succeed. And I'm very, very grateful for them. Okay, so I want to share the information. I want to provide you insights into this wonderful yet difficult program to kind of get in. So it is like scaling the Mount Everest, okay? And there's nothing wrong in aspiring to scale the Mount Everest. It's just that you need to plan. You need to, of course, hire a Sherpa. That is us. I consider myself as a Sherpa. So who is a Sherpa in your journey to climb the Mount Everest? A person who carries all your stuff, your oxygen masks, and guess what? There is no GPS that's going to work, and there are no paths that show you how to scale the pinnacle. And that's what a Sherpa does. A Sherpa shows you the way how to reach the pinnacle, come back alive to the ground, of course. So that's what we are. And I'm going to show you step by step what is needed. And any questions, please put them in the chat and we can answer them. Okay, so let's get started. And also, I'm not going to look at your questions because I do have ADHD and I get easily distracted. And I look at your questions, try to answer them. I will not be able to go through my presentation at all. So please put them in the chat and I will address them. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, doke. This is my presentation, and I'm going to share with you. It's going to take about 25 to 30 minutes, and after that, I will. Oh, why did it go there? I have two monitors, and it kind of um, goes to the other one. Yeah. Okay. So am I sharing? Hold on a minute. Sorry. Okay. So here we go. Just going to get started. Okay. Okay, so it's acting up, and I'm not going to waste any more time. This screen is pretty good enough. This is a BSMD webinar. I'm going to talk about the different options. I'm going to talk about the BSMD, BSDO, the traditional path, and everything there is. Okay, about BSMD. Oh, why? What is happening? I'm so sorry. Okay, for some reason, Safari won't work. So let's just go here. Okay, so it's going to work now. Okay, so about the BSMD program, um, so did you know that I'm going to scare you with stats a little bit, and then I'm going to get to it. Only 5% of the students who apply to the BSMD actually get in. right? Because it is a very competitive program, and the BSMD programs need to spend a lot of money in professor, in the curriculum, in the equipment and everything. So they are super, super selective about candidates that they take in, but it doesn't mean it's impossible, right? So that's where we are. And in this webinar, I'm going to tell you or show you the way to get into the BSMD program in just 12 weeks, okay, without being overwhelmed. 12 weeks is all I expect from your child and you to create a profile that no BSMD program can refuse. And you're going to see that how, okay? And so let's hear from you. I just want to know what your thoughts are. You can just do a thumbs up, thumbs down, a yes and a no. Okay, so how many of you feel like the BSMD process is too complicated and stressful? Thumbs up and thumbs down. Let's get some engagement. Okay, I feel like yes, it's complicated. What are your thoughts? Yeah, of course, right. How many of you want to make sure that you want to prepare your child to the program without wasting time on strategies that don't work? Right? I'm one of them. I cannot stand inefficiencies. I just have to build a program that really, really works. And I've done that not just for my kids, but for everyone. Okay. And would you like to have a step-by-step process that eliminates guesswork? Because that's what I intend to give you, right? Remove the guesswork. And most of the things that you are looking for is not on Google or internet, okay? And that's what it would be, okay? And next, you're not alone, right? You're not alone at all. Please don't feel like there's a lot of guilt that parents carry saying, I mean, you have a full-time job, right? You have a full-time job. You have to feed your children. The fact that you're here shows that you're exceptional parents. So please don't beat yourself if you feel like you don't know something. I mean, this is my full-time job. My team is putting in that kind of effort, and we do have access to the information. And we are still confused. Okay, so you're no, don't blame yourself. And it is extremely like complicated, and that's why I'm here to break it down into steps that are manageable, right? And that's how I felt. Okay. And a bit about me, I'm an immigrant. I studied in India. I studied in RAC Calicut. And I was frustrated with when my older son was applying 6 years back. I was like, I wanted to pull my hair. I'm like, why the hell has this got to be so complicated? Right. And that is why I quit my full-time job. I was in the corporate world and I started this venture. Okay. So I started off as a study skills coach, helping students who were getting C's and D's, who were on the spectrum, who had social issues. And that's how my practice grew. And those kids did phenomenal. I still have this wonderful kid who started off in middle school. I used to go to his basement to coach him. And now he's in Kelly Business School with a lot of scholarships. I'm like so proud of all the students that I've worked with. Okay. So I gave up my full-time job about 6 years back to start this, right? And I'm a Tony Robbins certified life coach. I like the success mindset and principles that are incorporated in his program. I'm a positive psychology coach. I help ADHD kids. Okay, I have ADHD. I have hyperactivity. I have anxiety. I do take meds for anxiety from time to time. I've had depression, everything. And that is why I help students because I understand them, right? I'm an executive functioning skills coach, which is the prefrontal cortex of the brain. That is where all your planning, prioritization, everything is. And that part of the brain is growing. And we put so much pressure on the children to use that part that is still growing. It's so unfair. And that's why my whole program, if you see, is always geared towards building that executive functioning skill set that will help them, right? It's not a rat race. Students need to develop that skills. And in the US, only if you are on the IEP or you're a neurodivergent, you get at 504, do you get that extra scaffolding for study skills, right? And also, I'm a meditation instructor and a pranic healer. It's kind of helped me with my anxiety. And I did my college counseling from UC Berkeley. My whole team, I have a team of 25 people. They are career counselors, college counselors from UC Berkeley. Okay, and we've had a tremendous run, and I'm so proud of my team and our achievements. Every year, we see student after student getting into very good schools with a lot of scholarships. And also, I have built a very inclusive environment where we help students who are on the spectrum, who have learning difficulties, mental health issues, depression. Everybody's welcome, and they've done exceptionally well. Okay. And this is my family. I graduated from REC Calicut, NIT Calicut. My husband graduated from Harvard Extension School. It only took him 5 years to do his master's. It was so hard balancing work, his family issues. His father passed away, but he persevered. My oldest son, 6 years back, the reason why I started, he graduated from Georgia Tech last year in 3.5 years with a master's. He graduated with 20 APs, which he was able to transfer to Georgia Tech. Okay. And my younger son is a rising senior. He just applied to colleges. He's getting a lot of acceptances. He's a political science major. So it's been a wonderful ride, both personally and helping other students. I live in Pennsylvania. And I've had over 20 years of corporate experience, right? I ran away from the corporate world, but I'm trying to corporatize the process with a lot of project management tools and everything. And I have a wonderful team that I work with who challenge me. Get it? I mean, that's wonderful. I can like tell you that I'm very successful because they know more than me now, right? So that's what it is. Okay. And why should you stick around, right? Like why should you even be here, right? And you're going to be rewarded for being here because you are going to be transformed, not just your child, you with the information that I'm going to provide. My husband makes fun of me. It's like, Joe, why do you kill people with so many slides? I'm like, dude, how can you share anything with 4 slides? It's so complicated, right? So you're going to get a step-by-step process on how to get accepted into the BSMD program, how to avoid the common mistakes that students do who've gotten rejected. You know, the most depressing part of my job is I get hired a lot when students don't make it. I mean, how depressing it is to go look into their profile and to figure out, oh shit, the essay could have been different, right? It's very depressing. I don't want to be in that situation. So please be proactive. Okay. And also, we've helped over 500 students. Okay. And even in the corporate world, my job was to simplify complicated things. And that's what I have done. Right. So that's what you're going to get. For sticking around. And you're also going to get a blueprint at the end of the webinar where you will have the exact components that are needed for the BSMD. You will have that as a wonderful handout. Okay. So who is this program for? You're in the right place if you want to guarantee your child's success. Your child is a strong candidate. Every child is unique. Like they have your genes, and trust me, we are all the top 1%. I mean, if you're an immigrant, you're the top 1% that came to the United States, and our offsprings, they've hit the genetic jackpot. They are very, very intelligent, but where they lack is guidance and discipline, right? They don't know what to do, and that's why they procrastinate. You can't expect a child, they are between 14 and 17 years, to do exceptionally well in school, extracurricular activities, be on top, have the leadership. Excuse me, the amount of pressure that we put on our children is like staggering, right? So they need that guidance and mentorship. And you're overwhelmed with this process, of course, and you want a proven system to eliminate the guesswork, right? That's what it is. I built it brick by brick, and I'm going to share the formula with you. Okay, and of course, you have to stay till the end, and you will get my whole blueprint, which is an amazing blueprint that we have built, and you will get whatever components that are the key admission categories that are needed for the BSMD program. You will get that, but you've got to stick around till the end. Okay, and I just want to share our success. My students have gotten into Stanford, UPenn, Cornell, Harvard Pre-Med, Carnegie Mellon, all the UCs, NYU, Vanderbilt. I just can't put all the logos in here, but I'm very, very proud of my student. And please don't think that we accept only the top 1%. No, students who come to us are average, above average, and below average, and they do exceptionally well, right? I had a student who who came to us last year had 2.8 GPA. I mean, this is about the 4.0 scale. And guess what? He would come. I mean, if you're around my home, then you get to come and meet with me every day during the summer to work on your college applications. And you'd come and say, Joe, am I going to make it? I'm like, shut up, dude, work on your college application. And guess what? He got into University of Buffalo with 46K scholarship, right? A 2.8 GPA. So it is possible with our mentorship. Okay, and our BSMD success. My students have gotten into St. Louis BSMD program, Texas NMed, Augusta, St. Bonaventure, Hofstra. I love Hofstra. Vanderbilt is the undergrad program, NYU Pre-Med, University of South Alabama, full tuition, NOAA Southeastern, Stony Brook, just about it. Name it, my students have gotten in, and it is possible. Okay. Okay, so enough talking. Do you want a success formula? Yes, no, maybe? Okay, even if you don't, I'm just going to get started. I'm going to talk about the different paths because that's very, very foundational. You need to know what there is, okay? The very first path is the traditional route, which is nothing wrong with that. 4-year undergrad, followed by MCAT and then MD program, okay? If you're multitasking, please come back because this slide is very important. If you want, take a snapshot of this. Super important. The undergrad, in order to get into med school, you need an MCAT score, overall GPA in organic chemistry, biology, mathematics, shadowing experience, clinical experience, research, volunteering, and letters of recommendation. And why am I asking you to pay attention? Because the BSMD program is exactly similar. Just replace MCAT score with SAT, ACT score. So the medical application that you do after your undergrad, the BSMD expects it to be in your after your high school. You understand? So that is the major difference. That is, so it's basically an undergrad program, but you're applying it in the high school. Okay. Then the next is the early assurance program, which I love. It's something in between. Okay, students get to apply for the BSMD program in the sophomore year. Means they have 2 years to test the waters and applying. Very popular program is Case Western. Love Case Western, gives a lot of scholarships. Okay, so that gives them like extra 2 years to make the kind of decision that is there. Okay, so next is our combined medical program. That's why you're here, which is BS or BA followed by an MD. Yes, BA MD is very, very popular. I have a student doing BA MD in Drexel. I asked her, dude, why are you doing an arts? She's like, Joe, I like history. Right. So she wanted to pursue arts. So what they do is the first 2 years of the undergraduate, they do the arts, and the next 2 years they kind of catch up on the sciences and then get ready for the BSMD program. Okay, so it's an exceptionally good option, but it's a conditional acceptance. Remember that that like to get into the MD, they need to have very good stats. They have to maintain their GPA. There is an MCAT score requirement, but it's much lesser here in the BSMD program. And guess what? The biggest advantage is there's no separate admission process for the med school because you're already in the program. All you have to do is follow the requirement and advice and get in. So that is the advantage. So what does it do? It brings the guesswork out or the uncertainty. Oh, is my child going to make it or anything because you are already in the program. Okay. Another excellent option is BSDO, Doctor of Osteopathy. Okay. The difference between osteopathy and MD is MD is modern medicine or allopathy. Osteopathy is like osteopathic manual medicine, which is like a different field, but very, very recognized. It's based on the spine and everything. And I have a lot of students getting into this program because they're like, Joe, I want to be a millionaire. I want to help basketball players with their injuries. So that is another wonderful field that is there. And a lot of DO doctors, they come into the mainstream. Please check with your primary care physician what kind of doctor they are, because mine, Dr. Kalman, is a DO and he's an amazing doctor. Okay, so DOs also, I'm sorry, become pediatricians, gynecologists, primary care physicians. It's a very, very good field, and a lot of my students opt for it. Okay, any questions about the BSMD, BSDO program, please put them in the chat and I'll address them. Okay, so what makes a great profile, right? What are the key ingredients? Okay, this is it. Okay, these are the 6 ingredients that are absolutely necessary. You can take a snapshot of this or pay attention. So the 6 categories are academics, of course, duh, test scores, research, community service, clinical exposure or medical shadowing, and then wow factor and the extracurricular activity is they have to stand out. If you think about HOSA as a club that your child's first activity is, it's not what they're looking for. They want to see students performing outside the 4 walls of the classroom, having done an impact, a cause area, or something like that. Okay, and also these are the components. I'm going to go over each one of them. Academics, they're looking for good GPA. If you don't have a class rank, that's perfectly fine. Courses, you need to have the golden rectangle, is what I call it. Okay, you need to have AP Biology, AP Chemistry, Calculus AB is good enough. BC is a bonus. Stats is a bonus. So please don't try to skip AB and say, oh, colleges prefer that to see a much better math and everything. It's the volume of the APs as well, easy and tough. The sheer volume, the number of APs that you take is very, very important. When my son graduated with 20 APs, he had easy APs and the hard APs, right? So spread it out very, very well. And physics is super important. And a lot of schools don't have this requirement of graduating with physics, but make sure you include physics 1 or honors physics, physics C and everything. They are extra, but having physics 1 is good enough. Okay, test scores, you need upwards of 15, 30. ACT is about 34. Okay, and extracurricular activities, the umbrella that it has is volunteering, shadowing, and research. This is what constitutes the wow factor of the extracurricular activities. Research is the #1 extracurricular activity that the BSMD program is looking for. Okay, and when a student have research, we put that as a #1 activity. Okay, and volunteering is very important. You can go to a hospice care or senior center near your house. That's very, very important. Volunteering hours, amassing at least 100 hours is important. And please do not do this thing about going to India and getting volunteering hours, because where is the BSMD program conducted? In the States, because they want candidates with experience in the United States. Okay, volunteering in a hospital is also very, very important. And in our program, we work with students to get those opportunities and put it in their profile. Okay, and shadowing, super important. You need minimum of 100 hours all 4 years. Okay, it can either be pediatricians, physicians, dentists, or chiropractor. And also, I know a lot of people think they can go to India and shadow for 3 weeks, but then you're going to raise red flags in the college application. Got it. Always make sure you go to a reputed doctor and then you get the number of hours a student has done on their letterhead. Okay, it can be an ophthalmologist or a dentist, doesn't matter, but please try to do that within the United States or somewhere where you can authenticate. Because if an admission officer has questions, they're not going to call you, they're going to call the high school counselor, right, to verify about you. And you do not want to raise red flags. That's it. #1, be ethical, be honest about your hours, have everything documented. Okay. Next is research. Research is basically coming up with a scientific hypothesis, right? And that's what a BSMD program wants to see a student do, is do research in an area which is related to the medical field. Okay. There are 2 kinds of research that a child can do: is publish a research paper and then work in a lab, which after the pandemic is extremely, extremely difficult to get in. Okay, I have so much contacts. I keep asking them and they're like, Joe, we are not taking in students. So publishing a research paper is equally good. So a well-published research paper is like peer-reviewed in journals. We help students publish their research paper in scientific journals, which are peer reviewed. And you can put the DOI link and everything in the college application and resume. Okay, so are we clear about the parameters Does this make sense? Thumbs up, thumbs down. What are your thoughts about it? Let's hear from you. Come on, let's engagement, guys. Engagement. Come on. Thumbs up, thumbs down. What's going on? Let's go. Right? Does this make sense? Yes or no? No? Yeah. Yes, no? Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, some engagement would be good. Otherwise, it's like I'm talking to myself, right? Yeah. Okay. So let me just continue with the rest of my presentation. Okay. Okay. So now for the BSMD process, I went over the options, the different components. Now I'm going to go over what the application process is. Okay. You typically apply in your senior year, and it is a three-step process. First is the undergrad application, which is the BS. You've got to get accepted into that college, and then the medical school will invite you. Okay, yes, we like your candidature, and we see that you're interested in a BSMD program. So please apply. Here is the portal. Got it? And here is our requirement. Here is our essay. Upload your resume, recommendation. It's another application process, which is like a root canal, really, really hard. Okay, so we make students apply for the medical school. And then once they get selected, they are invited for a multiple medical interview, which is typically in person. Okay, it can be in a panel, or it can be just one admission officer. Okay, that kind of interviews this candidate. And after the candidate is interviewed is when they get acceptance. Okay, in between the medical and the application and the interview, there is another process called as Casper test. Hofstra and Drexel, they expect a Casper test, which is a psychological exam. So this is the three-step process to get into the BSMD program. Any questions, please put it in, because we are going to segue into the secrets, right? This is a very, very crucial part. If you're multitasking, please come back and pay attention, okay? And I'm going to share the 3 secrets to a BSMD program. And I'm going to break a lot of myths here, so do pay attention. Number 1, there's a misconception that perfect academics is what is needed. It's a myth. It's a myth, okay? My students do not have, I have candidates who come through the whole spectrum, and my students who don't have the perfect stats are the one who ace it, okay? And I'll tell you why. Okay, so here's the truth. 80% of the rejected BSMD students have perfect grades. Okay, so what makes the difference, right? Right? It's the positioning. It's the profile building, right? My students really, really have exceptionally good activities and extracurricular activities and a profile that really makes them very, very competitive. So the secret number 1 is positioning and profile. Okay. The secret number 2 is you don't need to have a perfect SAT score. Okay. There's no need for perfection. My students who've gotten in did not have some exceptional leadership, or didn't go to an international conference, or didn't have the exceptional SAT score. Now, Liz here, she came 5 days before the submission date. We prepared her complete profile, and she was invited to NYIT, New York Institute of Technology's BSDO program. Okay, and her father made the right decision to fly her over to New York. They live in California. And she called me on a Sunday and said, "Jo, I have this interview." So we prepared her for the medical interview. Okay. She came up with her own story. Okay. She is a very devout Christian, and she wanted to showcase that. And we incorporated that in her elevator pitch. Okay. And we made it so personal that she was given on the spot acceptance into the BSDO program with 29K scholarship. Okay, so it's all about telling the story. It's not just the stats. Okay, myth number 2, busted. Okay, the last but not the least is you don't need a pricey solution at all, right? You don't need pricey solution. All you need is 12 weeks, right? And that is what our program does. Our research program is 12 weeks. Our counseling program is 12 weeks. You don't need to spend 20,000 in building that profile. All you need is a step-by-step framework that we have developed. Over trial and error, we have done all the heavy lifting and we have like crystallized it into an essential oil. And that's what you need. Okay, no pricey solution. So these are the three secrets and myths that that I want you to remember. Okay. So, do I have your permission to reveal a success formula? Whether I have or not, I am going to reveal it, but I just want to let you know that we do have a step-by-step process in getting into the program, right? You can go to the cave and try to light a matchstick, or come to Joe here, who has a blowtorch to light up the cave and get you to your finish line. Okay, so yeah, our program is for people who want to skyrocket their child's success. You want to create an unbeatable profile with expert mentorship, passion projects, advanced study skills, because you need to have those APs and everything, right? And you want research program, we offer that. You want to outplay the competition. And the most important thing that you can instill in your child is a love for learning. And you will get that from our experts. That's what I believe is building a child's personality is super important. And that said, we have our research program. We offer many research programs in cancer, neuroscience, infectious diseases, nano, reproductive organs, AI, genomics, and business. But it's very, very difficult to get an expert to guide students, because they don't want to mentor high school students. They want to work with PhD professors, and we've hired a consultant to get us the best resource that is out there. And that's how we built our research program. So this is a recipe for success: deep learning with a research expert in cancer, neuroscience, nano, or anything, and then writing our writing the research paper, a 4,000-word research paper with a creative writer simultaneously. Okay, so that is how we promise a 4,000-word research paper that can be submitted for publishing. Okay, our neuroscience is closed at the moment. We have our cancer and neuroscience professor is an expert in neurobiology, immunology, and cancer, which is starting, I think, next week, right? So that is what we have to offer. Again, it's 12 weeks, right? And I'm going to go in greater detail about it. We also have creative writers who help with students to write that 4,000-word research paper. And after that, we help students submit for publishing, publishing in journals that accept high school research. This is an example. We've had over 200 students who've successfully published their research paper. So this is the journal that we help students submit the paper. And you can insert the DOI link in the resume, and colleges can check out the student's research paper and everything. So this is what we guide them into writing and everything. So that's part of our wonderful solution. Again, it's 12 weeks. And yeah, so a quick summary of our research program. We have 25 live sessions with the research professor and creative writers. They get one-on-one sessions as well, two one-on-one with the research professor, two with a creative writer. Then there's a thesis defense or a final presentation. What we do is we upload the students' presentation, a final presentation on YouTube, and students can insert that into their resume as well. So that is something that's very unique as a part of our program, like, for example, disease modeling. So students can insert this link into their resume, and colleges do look at their final presentation. Of course, we guarantee a completion of a 4,000-word individual research paper. Students are going to do individual research, submission to the journal, and recommendation from the research professor. Okay, so this is program number one. All it takes is 12 weeks. Okay, next is our BSMD counseling, our wonderful, wonderful, impactful program, where again, for 12 weeks, we go over different things like the medical career, how to do course selection, right? That's very, very important. Like what courses needs to go in, how to build that profile, Next is the testing strategy. What is the extracurricular wow factor? How to find those volunteering opportunities near your house, applying and literally going. The medical shadowing opportunities, creating a passion project, everything is included in, again, the 12-week program. Okay. And a quick summary, we have 22 live sessions with our counseling experts and one-on-one counseling. And you create a plan that is like a custom-made, tailor-made for the student. It focuses on academics, shadowing, leadership, extracurricular activities, securing those volunteering, right? Everything is included like in this program, and they also build a passion project. Okay, we help them start a club in high school, and we will go through that in our counseling program. Okay, we also have a special program for juniors who are applying to in fall of 2025. It's a completely different counseling because there's a lot of essays, college list, like I said, the three-step process. So this counseling is entirely different. Okay, a ninth or 10th grader does not need to focus on essays. So this is the junior year. If they're in the junior year, we start our counseling now, and it goes up to the time that they graduate. Pretty much everything is covered. Okay, we make them apply to over 20 colleges, prepare them for interviews and everything. Okay, so let me catch a breath now. So, of course, now is the time. You have two choices. You can either try to figure things out on your own, which is there's nothing wrong with it, or follow a proven system, right? We have this system that has worked with our students, and we've seen tremendous success. So the choice is yours, but every day you wait, you're going to lose out on that kind of time because typically when students come to us in the senior year or in the junior year, the time has already passed. We cannot go and course correct or help them get those kind of positioning or profile, which is secret number one, right? And yeah, so I'm just gonna, oh, where am I? Okay, so basically okay, let me just go over here. So our research program, if you go out in the market and see, it's over 10,000 plus, but we offer it for 2,600 for the basic. You can apply your coupon Spring 2025 to get 200 off. This is a cancer research program that is starting next week. We also have payment options for that. Yeah, and also our BSMD program. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, I'm sorry. This is the BSMD program. Sorry about that. Counseling. We offer one-on-one sessions at $5,000, right? And the same thing we have crystallized and I shared with you, which is applied to a 12-week program, and your cost is $850 for that. It's like a really great investment. Okay, so how do you register? All the information is available on our website. I'm just going to go over. It's giftedgabber.com. Okay, you can come here, you can see our stats. 90% of our students get accepted into the colleges that they apply for, and over 110 colleges, and our students get multiple scholarship offers. And guess what? Secret number one is positioning a profile. Okay, and you can go to courses and see our programs here. You will see the SPING research program, cancer research. You will see right here the course details, the dates of the program, right? What is included? The first three sessions are all about introduction to cancer. And in the fourth session is when the students start discussing that topic, and the professor guides them through that. Okay. And of course, we have a creative writer that they spend their time with. And you can see here that we have two options, the basic and the premium. If you feel like your child needs more one-on-one sessions, we offer that. There are about 20 to 25 group sessions, and they also get two one-on-one sessions with the research expert, two one-on-one sessions with the creative writing expert. And in the premium, they get more one-on-one sessions, okay? And of course, we will help them submit their paper for publishing. And you can check out their final presentation of my students on our YouTube channel or here. All the details are available. The dates, they were conveniently scheduled on a Sunday. The creative writing session is on a Tuesday. So that is how our program is designed. Any questions about the program, please put it in. And yeah, so that's what we have. I know some of you must be thinking, what if my child's not ready, right? There's never a perfect time, right? The time is now. And most of our parents, we don't want to, but we're so afraid of making a mistake, right? There is always what ifs and the worst situation that we imagine. I mean, can you imagine if my brother had procrastinated? He went to the library and got me the application form for other RECs outside RECs, and that's what I applied, and I got into REC Calicut, and I graduated top of the class, right? So overthinking, right? That's what happens, and I don't want you to get sucked into the tyranny of how is this gonna work? What am I gonna do? And everything. Like, trust us, we know how things need to be done. Okay. And also, you must be thinking, can we do it ourselves? Absolutely, anybody can do everything, but what is the cost of doing it yourself? And where are you going to get the information? Google, right? So it's not easy to find information on Google. And what I provide you is not found on Google. I'm part of so many counseling associations. I travel like crazy, go visit colleges, talk to admission officers. You can ask admission officer, what does it take to get admitted into your college? But you can't ask them to admit a child, right? So every college that I visit, I come back and ask them, and I put that in my students' profile, and it works tremendously, right? And all it takes is 12 weeks. That's all. 12 weeks. That's it. It's a micro commitment, right? And that's what we offer. 12 weeks, and you will have the best profile that's needed for BSMD. Got it? And I just want to share our success, our acceptance letter to Duke. It says, I enjoyed reviewing your application, and the admissions committee was impressed by your innovative projects and research progress. So you see how important research is in a student's profile. Okay, and these are some successes. My students have gotten into Johns Hopkins full tuition, St. Bonaventure, and everything. And also a passion project success. Like I mentioned, this student had a passion project, which was teen suicide prevention, and got a lot of media coverage. So we help students build that kind of profile. Okay, and like I promised, this is your guide to the blueprint. You will find the complete blueprint right here via this. Yeah, it's right here. Oh no, why is this saying that? Okay, something's wrong. Okay, so you will get this whole guide where we show you in detail what are the components to getting into the BSMD program. Okay, so that is it. Let's answer some questions. Anybody has a question or want to speak, I can make you a panelist and you can ask questions. I'm going to answer some questions on the chat. Feel free to put them in. Okay, what was the question? How does it look? The question is, how does it look on application if the research is a paid research? It's complete honesty. In fact, there is no problem in enrolling in a research program that is paid. Okay, I get to write a lot of recommendations for MIT where they ask me the question, was it paid? So it's perfectly fine. Okay, and also if you think like cold calling is something that will help you, I mean, it's like just being on the hamster on the wheel where you send 400 emails to professors and get no response. What is in it for them? Why should they spend free time in guiding your kid, right? So that is the thing that you need to know. And there's nothing wrong in going through a paid research program. Okay, it's full honesty. And yeah, where do I get linked to the presentation, Vineet Jain? It's all on YouTube. It's getting streamed. I'm just going to share here. You can go and watch the whole recording right there. I'm just going to share it with you. Okay. Okay, so if you go here, it's live streaming. I just need to find out where it is. I just saw that. Yeah, it's right here. So you will see this. Okay, so all the recording is available on our YouTube channel, which, oh, I'm going to share that with you. I'm sorry about that. Hold on a minute. Okay, so the first in wallet. Okay, so this is our YouTube channel. Please subscribe. You will see all the recordings there. Fantastic. Let's go to the next question. What is the probability of H4 student getting into the BSMD program? Does this program work only for kids with GC and citizens? Asha, about 40% of my students are on the visa. I get invited to the immigration channels where I go there. There are certain colleges that accept students on a visa. There is no problem at all. But guess what? Again, it's positioning. You are not an international student. You are considered a legal alien, right? So your opportunities are the same as any other green card holder or a citizen. I had a student whose dad was in Dubai, had a lot of visa issues. He got a lot of scholarships from St. Louis University everywhere. So there's a common myth that says, oh, I'm on H4, I'm not supposed to do anything. No, it's just that you're not eligible for a very few BSMD programs, but the world's your oyster. Okay. When kids should start these enrollment research? Ninth grade is the perfect time, right? Because it takes 12 weeks to finish the research program and another 6 to 8 weeks to get your paper published. Okay. If you get your paper published any lower than that, you're going to create red flags in your college application because the admission officers, the colleges know that it takes about 6 to 8 months to publish your research paper. And especially if you're a junior, you don't have time left because you have to finish your research paper and get it published before you submit for your college applications on November 1st, right? Yeah, so that's what it is. My 10th grader would like is a good fit for the research. It's starting next week, Kea. Yes, we have cancer research. It is by a professor from Wayne State University. He's an amazing, amazing professor. You can check out our recordings on our YouTube channel. You will see him. Where is it? In the playlist. Where am I? Playlist. If you go here, you will see cancer research. I think this is summer. So you will see all their final. He's a very amazing mentor and professor who really, really is very dedicated in helping students, not just work on them, but also write their research paper and get it submitted. So I'm so grateful to all the wonderful professors that I have. Okay. With research done, can you compete in science fairs? Absolutely, Aparajita. This is their research. It's an individual research paper. They can use that to showcase it in science fair, go to conference, Intel Regeneron, the world, the world. Okay. In the slide that shows Harvard Penn, does these students have BSMD? Okay, now Harvard is pre-med. It doesn't have a BSMD program. UPenn is an Ivy League, so it does not have the BSMD program. But the rest of them are all BSMD programs that my students have gotten into. Right? Great question. The other question is research and creative writing is all online, 12 weeks program or hybrid. Okay, so we live in a world that's geographically diverse. Professor Prahlad is from the Wayne State University. I'm in Pennsylvania, so it's all online. And the student that got into Stanford used our research to get into MIT's biomed internship, and then she got into Stanford. So our program is foundational and very, very impactful. Okay, great question. Now, Vineet Jain, I promoted you. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for sharing this great information. So for BSMD program, the main reason is to save 1 year, like in 7 years, or is it some other reason why people prefer BSMD?
Okay, great. It's like acceptance, conditional acceptance, right? So what happens typically in the undergrad program is there is an uncertainty whether a student will get into the med school, right? because there's no guaranteed admission there, right? You don't have an option. But here in the BSMD program, you're given a conditional acceptance. You're already in the program. You're already admitted to the 8-year program or the 7-year program. So it gives you less of a headache, and they are exceptionally good program, the BSMD. Okay, so the advantage is you don't need to apply, because the application process for an MD school is excruciating. Each and every MD program, you have a separate application process, but here in BSMD, you don't have. So it's direct admittance to a med school
Okay.
in high school.
And one more thing, you mentioned your son did the master's in 3.5 years.
Yes,
Does it mean
in
like
Georgia Tech.
4 years of graduation plus 2 years of master, 6 years he completed in 3.5?
Yes, because he had 20 APs, which he transferred to Georgia Tech. So he graduated undergrad in 2.5 years. Okay.
Okay.
And then master's, he was a TA, so his whole fee was waived off. He got a job in Moderna, and he did that part-time. He kind of did a project in master's. So yes, 3.5 years he finished his master's.
Great.
Okay, great. But he's not a med school candidate. He's a computer science grad.
This is computer science.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ileana, great. Where can I find a list of BSMD programs? We will provide you everything. We know that. How do I get in touch with you for a one-on-one consultation? Aparajita, if you want, you can share your phone number. Anyone who wants a call back, please put your phone number in, and we will call you back. Right, and we will help you. Our programs are transformational. We take very few students. The professors are very, very particular. Our cancer research is already full. We only have a very few openings with our program, and working with the cancer specialist is an opportunity in itself. It's wonderful. Okay, and if you ask me what the time commitment is, it's only 3 hours, right? 3 hours is what you need for our program, and I'm pretty sure your children have that kind of time. Okay, and also let me tell you the advantage of research. Research is what teaches Gen Z deep learning. Gen Z, they're surface learners, right? They never learned the art of deep learning, and this is what helps them with that. Okay. So it says, does the program include profile building to file an application to the college, and what cost is this? Vineet Jain, what grade is your child? Because a 9th grader, we cannot help them with college application
He's
or
in
with essays, right?
11th junior.
Junior year. Okay, so we have a comprehensive counseling program. If you can share your phone number and email, I will invite you to a one-on-one call where we will go over your child's profile and give you a proposal. So yes, our program is 18 months. It starts now until, also your email, sir. It starts now until they graduate. Everything is included. And I'm going to share this really quick. You can join. So I'm just going to go over what's part of our counseling program. It's extremely, extremely detailed. Okay, so I don't know where your child is at. We also help with SAT, ACT tutoring help. This is exclusively for juniors. Okay, this is a separate program. And then we have the discovery process. We build a customized list. We built something called as a spike, which is like a theme or a brand, which is very, very important. I told you the positioning. It doesn't matter about the stats. It's about the brand or the theme. Then we help you with the summer program. And then we have this unique opportunity of how to land media coverage in high school. We help students build a cause. For example, this student of ours had a suicide prevention advocate, and we helped them get media coverage for it. Okay, that is all part of the program. We have another candidate who shelters themselves. So she supplies surplus medical supplies to the homeless. So we've helped her build that kind of profile. We helped with the website building, and then come August, we help with the Common App essay. BSMD essays, the multiple medical interview, Casper test, which is a psychological test, scholarships, and everything. It's a comprehensive program, and my students get minimum 1 to 4 um, 1 to 4 acceptances with scholarships. Okay, so that is what we have. Vineet, I will send you a meeting invite. I'm available on Saturday. Let me know a time that works for you, and I'll send you a meeting invite. Okay, Aparajita, which program are you referring to? I have many programs. I'm sorry. I'm just going to promote you as a panelist, and you can speak. Are you referring to our junior counseling, our non-junior counseling? Go ahead.
Hi, Jyotsna. How are you?
Great. Thank you for asking.
Hi. Really impressive. I have a few questions. I saw the in the journal that gets published for high school research, I have seen that the name Gifted Gabbar is there. So if a lot of students are, have that from Gifted Gabbar, helped by Gifted Gabbar, does it show bad on the student?
Why? Why are you so negative, right? How will it be negative? I mean, how will it show badly on the student? It's the student's achievement, right? So
So
we
it's
are the
it's the
vehicle, we are the mentors. Why? I mean, I
like
seriously,
instead of the the name, the company name, like do you have like the professor, the Wayne
yes,
University
yes,
professor who's
absolutely.
helping?
Yes. So, yeah. So basically, if you see here, it's the professor's name that comes here. Dr. Rajgopal Apau is the professor's name, and then Jyotsna Kedar. Get it? Okay. And in your college application, the child will be putting it as the professor's name in there.
Okay. Okay. Another question I have is the comprehensive thing that you said, that you help, with media coverage, and it's very comprehensive. How, like you are in Pennsylvania, I am in California. H- How how would you do that? Like for somebody who is out of state?
Okay, honey. UCs are my middle name. My students get into UCs, and every Cali person wants to get into UC. Got it? I did my counseling from UC Berkeley. I live here in Pennsylvania. We are a global company, right? We don't need to be 10 miles from your house to achieve what we are achieving. You get it?
Right, but how would you help me?
Over Zoom,
Uh,
over virtually, we have a very structured program. We have a whole team that works with us in your time zone,
okay,
right? And
sounds good.
okay, which grade is your child?
She's going to be a ninth grader.
Okay, going to be a ninth grader. Okay, what is her interest?
Medicine.
Very good. Then our cancer research program would be something that's good, or a counseling program, a group counseling. We don't give you the junior. The junior counseling is not for anybody who's not applying this year. Get it?
Okay.
But
Uh,
we,
and you mentioned something called premium, where the child has
yeah,
more individual help.
yes.
Uh, uh, what if the child needs more classes than 4 classes? Do
We
you
can
have?
offer you. We can offer you,
Okay.
Aparajita. The thing is, we are the third parent, right? So we
Okay.
can case by case basis. We don't penalize a child. We are a very welcoming community, right? If we realize that if you feel like you need more classes, we can offer that. That's not a problem at all.
Okay, sounds good. And the pricing that you showed for the BSMD counseling, that is 850,
Yes,
and for the research is 2600, right?
yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it is because, thank you for asking. It's because the cancer research is run by the university professor and another creative writer. Got it? And the counseling is run by different people. So you can see what all the counseling that we offer here. The BSMD counseling is different from, we have different tutors, and we have a different agreement with our professors. So it's entirely different. Okay.
Okay.
And honey, if it's overwhelming, you can just enroll in the counseling program. It's a fun way for your child to discover herself. Okay, cancer research may be overwhelming, but just come and test waters to figure out whether your daughter is ready, right? It's like empowering because we teach them role playing, like what the admission officers look for and all that. Right? So that is a good thing to test waters. Don't go for research. Try the counseling first. What is she like? What are her strengths and weaknesses, right? Before like just telling them that, hey, you want to be a doctor. She's just in eighth grade. How do you know she wants to be a doctor when she's not being exposed to it, right? So the counseling is far better than research. Okay, research.
Do you have any research which is focused on cardiology?
Again, immunology, the professor knows it. So
Okay.
it's like working under a professor that is most important. The student can pick the area and the topic.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Jyotsna.
Yes. Okay, Kea, the question from Kea is cancer research would help with BSMD program, I would assume, correct? Yes. Research is a number one extracurricular activity that BSMD profile looks for. And cancer research, we're looking for specialists, right? We want candidates, they want candidates who've spent time in going deep into an area. They're not looking for a student to come up with a cure for cancer, right? But they've taken that time to spend and do some amount of research. Got it, Kea? You want to come online? I can make you a panelist and you can ask any questions. It's a great question. So what we're trying to do here is build the positioning or the profile, right? And that's what it is. It's not just test score and grades. You've got to show them your passion and your interest outside the four walls of the classroom. So that means working with the professor. And for them, if you on the college application, you're going to put the professor's name. I'm not going to reveal you the name, but you're going to put the professor's name, and the colleges are validated that yes, this is legit, right? And they've worked with the professor, and working with the professor means they have to go up this level. So that's what we offer. Okay. Yeah, if you have any questions, you can put your phone number in and we can give you a call back. Right? Anyone else need a call back, we will call you in. We have our wonderful team of Lauren and Samya. They are our experts. They're amazing. Okay.
Joe, could you tell me if the DO program, how long is it?
The DO program is the same as the MD program.
Oh, same. Oh, okay. So nothing
So DO
different.
is like MD 4 years.
Okay.
Research paper means publishing a research paper. Yes, Vineet. So what we do is we help students submit their paper for publishing in journals that accept high school research. Okay, so this is one of the journal that accepts high school research. You cannot compete with PhD candidates and everything. And we help them submit this paper. It takes 6 months to 8 months to get peer reviewed and kind of accept this paper. And that is what we help. And you can put this DOI link in the resume, right? And the admission officer can go and look at this link and check out the PDF as well. So they will the admission officer will be able to open up. You can open up to see the research paper. So that is what is publishing. Okay, Vineet, is that clear?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else have any other questions? My daughter's in 11th grade and will be taking AP research, then cancer research will he? Okay, let me tell you, Kea, AP research is part of the curriculum. AP research is not an extracurricular activity. Okay, it's part of the curriculum. It's a course. Okay, so it's not considered an extracurricular activity research. Okay, please don't be in the misconception. Okay, and Kea, we have junior counseling. If you're interested, please share your phone number and we can go over and share with you what proposal that we have. I went over what we have and we can customize it and kind of share it with you. Okay, if you're interested, we can schedule a one-on-one call. Okay. Another question is, do you help getting media coverage even for early high school? Absolutely. Aparajita, if you just want to enroll in our media coverage, we can do that as well. So right here, how to land in media in high school. If you go over this, everything is listed there, session by session, what we are going to do, and everything is here. Let me know. Give me a phone number. I can call you back, and we can build this profile. It's a lot of work. It's time consuming, and that's how the results come in. Okay, it's not an overnight success. Okay, great. Any other questions? Okay, I have this number. And also, Kea, if you can share your email address, I can, if it works for you, we can meet on a Saturday. I usually meet parents on a Saturday one-on-one to go over the comprehensive counseling for juniors. Okay. Anyone else who's a junior, I can meet with you on Saturday. Okay, I think I have your number right. Yeah. A Saturday, and I got four numbers, right? Yeah. Anyone else interested, please share your phone number. And I want to let you go. So yeah, it's about taking like you made the choice to come here, right? So now is the time to kind of, okay, so Kea is in sophomore. Okay, got it. Okay, so Ileana, the recording is on our YouTube channel. Everything is recorded there. You took the step to come here. So the next step is obviously 12 weeks, giving 12 weeks to build that exceptionally good profile. Okay, I'm going to let you guys go. Any questions, please put them in the chat. My team is here. You want to call back,